When it goes off, which will be within 2 to 4 seconds, they'll be off. Wait for the light to go out. Here they go.
So it's Mackinnon in lane one, the longer outside leg. So we'll see McRae looking like he's getting ahead. He's going to come down to the jump. McRae will jump just before Mackinnon splashes. And this is spectacular from McRae on the very inside. First gear hairpin. Mackinnon slightly longer round the outside. That's second gear probably. Now they look like they're neck and neck, but McRae's about to go over a bridge as Tommy Mackinnon goes under the bridge.
We'll see the split time in a moment. There'll be different times though. There's Colin into the mud, going around that hairpin bend there. Colin McRae 46 seconds, Tommy Mackinnon 49 seconds, 3 seconds between them.
But now this is when Mackinnon's going to start catching. Of course, McRae's the one with nothing to lose. Spectacular through the water splash. Mackinnon is the catch-up man. Spooked out maybe by the Pipers at the start-finish line. In fact, the start-finish line, he had a chance to do a Schumacher and take McRae out, but he chose not to. Real sportsman in rallying.
Just remember that they time rallying in seconds. We won't see tenths of seconds, so it may just be that they'll finish slightly apart but be given the same time. Let's see how they come over the start-finish.
One corner to go. Who's it to be to win the very first World Championship Rally Sprint in Britain here at Silverstone? McRae on the inside's going to take it.
Well, there you see Tommy Mackinnon 134, Colin McRae 133. Dear, will we? So here we are, Mackinnon and Carlos Sainz. There they go.
Sainz on the outside line then.
Yes, Carlos Sainz on the outside into the puddle there, sliding around a bit. Mackinnon just looks so effortless through the splash for Carlos.
Mackinnon, of course, the man who's won this rally twice before. It's one of his favourite rallies. He's going to be leading the Ford's team in the 1998. Sainz moving on.
Yes, Carlos Sainz is going to drive for Toyota next year, and they're calling the pace notes in there, Juha Repo and Juha Kankkunen, and they call them in English. Two Finns, but they call them in English because Juha's always done it that way.
So Kankkunen's going to come round looking like he's in the lead, power sliding. Always the Ford Escort looks neat. The Subarus are very, very sideways, oversteering cars.
Kankkunen's split is 46 seconds. That's exactly the same as Colin and
indeed, 49. Carlos Sainz the same as Mackinnon. So identical times as we've seen in that opening round.
Well, we did say it was going to be close. If that matches up at the end, there'll be no more than a second between the two of them.
All Sainz very neat around that incredibly tight first gear hairpin. Now here comes catch-up time. Kankkunen takes this long loop that takes him power sliding to go underneath the bridge.
Remember, Colin McRae 1 minute 33, Tommy Mackinnon 1 minute 34. Those are the times they're looking to beat.
I think it's the inside line's going to win again. It's going to be 2 victories from lane 1. We don't know why that is, but it is.
And it's exactly identical. Well, left of your screen in the Mitsubishi. Here they go.
So Richard Burns in the least favoured lane 1, the outside lane to start off with. And I think a lot of people would love to see Richard Burns get right up the top of this rally, maybe not win it this time, make his first World Championship win, because that would spoil Colin's party. But Richard Burns, of course, local to Silverstone, so he's bringing a lot of friends here watching him around this spectacular, super special stage.
Probably been overlooked as Richard with all Colin's success, but he's right at the very top end of world rallying, and if he can drive for all 14 rounds next year, then who knows. Ideal teammate over, and there's Richard Burns going under the bridge.
Didier Auriol, of course, using this new, almost like a Formula 1 gear change they've got in this Toyota. It's just, he's out wide on McRae's mud. We'll call the outside of that corner. Whilst Burnsy, there he is, he's got to catch up the inside. As I said, Auriol using this almost electronic gear shift, exactly the same times for those 2 lanes as we've seen on the opening runs. These top drivers, of course, you'd expect them to be this close. But that's through the splash. I think Burns is closer than anybody's ever been. I think this could be the first win for lane 1 as Richard Burns swings the Mitsubishi into that tightest of hairpins. No, he's got a bit wide.
I remember the time we're looking for, 1 minute 33, the quickest, Colin McRae and Juha Kankkunen. And there's Auriol and there's Burns going over the top, coming into this final bend.
Go on, Burnsy. I don't think he's going to make it again. Auriol's on the tight inside line. They're going to stop the clocks.
Identical times, 1 minute 34 seconds, which just goes to show how closely these guys are driving. In the blue Subaru, Gronholm the Finn in the Toyota, the multicoloured Toyota, and there they go.
Piero Liati, considered by some to be a tarmac specialist, but he's really shown in some of these loose stages that he's an all-round rally driver that's going to be a real force to contend with on next year's World Rally Championship. And certainly his car control, we've seen him up at the indoor arena in Birmingham at the Motorsport Show in January, spectacular to the nth degree, and here he's got a bit wide there, he's lost time there in the Subaru.
His best performances as he comes over the bridge have been on tarmac this year. He won in Monte Carlo, he would have won in San Remo, but stood aside to allow Colin McRae to come through. Gronholm, you know, from one of these flying Finnish rallying families his father drove, and we'll see the splits now. Liati 47 seconds, Gronholm 49. That's not as quick as Colin McRae, Carlos or Richard Burns.
Yeah, it's the same. It's an equal time for Lates. Liati is the one that's dropped a second. So Liati, with that mistake we saw coming out of the hairpin, is now, yes, Gronholm very close. Normally they've been split by before. Liati's going to lose this one, I think, by a fair few seconds.
Just to remind you, the fastest time, 1:33.
Gronholm made the same mistake. It's him coming out of the tight hairpin. There's a tricky little left hand that's catching people out there.
Liati under, Gronholm over. It's Liati in the blue, Gronholm in the white, red and green Toyota. Coming into this final bend, very nasty on the inside. We were driving around it yesterday. And Marcus Gronholm, 1 minute 34, that's 2 seconds, sorry, 1 second, 1994. So it's Ari Vatanen and Bruno Thierry.
Two Fords taking off, and two different styles. Vatanen, very flamboyant, but very sort of, I was going to say, very smooth and flowing as he bounces it off the bank. Thierry quite aggressive looking. When you see him in the cockpit, he's hunched over the steering wheel, but he's the one that seems to have set off best, except he's made a botch of that hairpin.
Ari Vatanen, one of the great personalities of world rallying, wherever he drives. Very, very popular man.
Had a bit of a grudge match though. Vatanen had sort of slight hopes of that Ford drive.
Yes, he did.
He could be a bit jealous of Thierry.
Yes, he did have. We spoke to him down in San Remo several weeks ago. He said, I really would love to come back. Let's see how he does on the split. Neither of them are going to be quicker than the leaders. Thierry 47, and poor old Ari looks like he has a real problem. 51 seconds, that's the slowest we've seen so far. Thierry goes through the water splash. Harry goes over the jump.
Vatanen catching up quite well. He was catching up quite well until, again, that very tight first in hairpin caught him out, and that's going to cost him 2 or 3 seconds.
Just shows the top drivers took it so smoothly. Somebody as experienced as Vatanen sliding all over the place. 1:33, remember the time they're aiming for. I don't think either of them are going to beat that. It's the fastest time. Vatanen takes that very wide into the mud. 1:37 for Thierry, 1:30.